Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to be showing you my eyebrow routine. I have been doing my own eyebrows, as in shaping, plucking, and all that jazz. I've been doing that myself for, I don't know, 6 years or so. I started in high school probably. I'm not a professional, but people have complimented me on my eyebrows before, so I must be doing something right. I just want to share my personal tips and tricks with you guys. A perk to doing your own eyebrows is that you're not going to be spending money to go to a salon and get them done all the time. One of the drawbacks is that you're going to be maybe wasting more of your time. It's kind of a toss-up, like driving to the salon and getting them done there also takes time, but it's just up to you. A con with both is that you can mess them up. You can get them messed up when you go get them done, and you can mess them up yourself. So don't be afraid to do them yourself. It takes a little bit of practice, but it's really easy once you get the hang of it. And yes, I have messed mine up before. There's ways to correct it. Really simply put, all you need is a pair of tweezers. This is pretty much it. I got these recently from Ulta, and they came in a little kit with some brow gel, but I don't even use that stuff. You can get really inexpensive pairs of tweezers from various stores that carry beauty products such as Target, Walgreens, Sally's Beauty, anything like that. They even probably have them at Walmart and Kroger and Meijer, so you can get them from like grocery stores that carry cosmetic things. I actually had a really cheap pair for the longest time that just broke. I got it from Claire's in a little like travel keychain for $1, and I used these tweezers out, let me tell you, and they're really good. You do want to be careful with what kind of tip you buy. You want to make sure that it's thin enough to get hairs close to the skin. If you can tell the difference, this silver pair over here, like completely silver pair, it's really not as good because it will get the longer hairs, but if there's shorter hairs, then you really have to work at it, and it might take you 10 tries to get that hair out, and then it might break. So pay attention to the tip of the tweezers. The slant might not matter because my other pair was straight across, but they were just really thin, so they got really close to the skin. I already did my eyebrows. I didn't want to film the intro with like bushy eyebrows, so this is post-tutorial. And I think they look pretty even. That's one of the hardest things about doing your own eyebrows, is to get them completely even. You can use the help of a stencil to try and get them perfectly like twinned up, but eyebrows are sisters, not twins. You might want them to look like almost identical sisters, but they're never going to be completely matched. I don't think anyone's going to come up to me and be like, oh, there's one hair over there that's not over there. So don't be too stressed out about it. This is my makeshift stencil, and it's just a piece of clear plastic that I used a Sharpie, and I just like traced my eyebrow on it, and this isn't the shape that I have right now. But you can do this and then do a stencil for the other one and kind of try and line them up, and if they're different then you'll know where to take hair off. And if at any point you want to change up the shape of your eyebrows, it might be a little annoying for a while because you're going to have to let hairs grow out. Like if I wanted a higher arch, I'd have to let those eyebrow hairs grow out up there and then tweeze the bottom ones once they are. So it might look a little weird for a while, but I don't know. I think I like this shape right now. I've had thinner ones. I've had really thin ones where I kind of messed up. So I think this is a good shape. I don't like them to be like too far into the middle. So in this tutorial, I'm also using hot wax. This is the first time I've ever used wax on my eyebrows. There also are wax strips I've tried. If you're using wax strips, you might have to let the hair grow out for a few weeks before it would work. So it depends on, how quickly you want to get rid of the hair and how long you want it to like linger on your face before you get rid of it, if that makes sense. I usually don't use strips because they probably wouldn't work on coarse hair after a few days because I like to get it right when it comes out of the skin. But in the tutorial, like the hairs under this eyebrow, they've been there for probably over a week. That's not like a day of growth. I'm going to be using hot wax just to get in between and a little right here, as you'll see in the video. This is Purisa from Ulta, and you can get it from other places, I'm sure, or order it online. It comes in this little metal pan, and you heat it up right on your stove, and then you apply it with this little applicator to your skin, and afterwards, to clean up, you can use this oil. First of all, if you are using wax, you're going to want to read the instructions very carefully on the box or inside the box. If it says to wash your skin beforehand, you do. If it says not to put products on your skin beforehand, don't do it, because then the wax might not stick to your face. Different waxes have different instructions, so be sure to pay close attention to the specific ones for the brand that you purchased. Here I am applying some hot wax to my skin in between my eyebrows because I want to get rid of all that nasty hair in between there. I'm applying the wax with this little applicator here. Take the applicator and you apply it the way that the hair is growing. Then what you're going to do is you're going to hold your skin taut. Holding it taut means you want it to hold tight. So you're either going to kind of raise your eyebrows so your forehead skin is really firm, or just pull up with your finger. And then you're going to pick at the little edge of the wax. Then you want to pull down fast. And then you should see hairs. You know, when you go back, you can see that there's some eyebrow hairs left still, but we'll just get those with tweezers. You don't want to go over the same area with wax more than once. I mean, sometimes I do it twice, but it's really not good because it can pull layers of your skin off after that point, so you want to be careful. If you do miss a lot of hairs and you want to wax it instead of tweezing it, then wait a couple days and then you can go back with wax after those couple of days are up and try to re-wax it. And I'm just doing the same exact thing for the other side above my nose, just applying the wax the way that the hair grows, waiting a couple seconds for it to dry a little or clump a little, and then once you can pull it off your skin a little, just take it and yank it down. And I'm also doing it under my right eyebrow because there was like a gross patch of a lot of hairs there. Be careful with this wax though, because if you get it on your actual eyebrow, do not pull it off. You need to like take the oil and get it off because you're gonna pull your entire eyebrow off. So that's one thing with wax that you have to be really super careful about. Actually, the first thing that I should have said is be careful, be really careful with how hot the wax is. Right after you take it off the burner of the stove, it could be too hot for your face. So you want to leave it sit maybe 30 seconds at least and mix it up a little with the applicator. Then if you really want to know for sure if it's too hot, you can kind of like put a little dot on your finger. It's possible that you could get burnt from that, but I mean, you might rather have your finger burnt than your face, so it's up to you. But usually once it's not as liquidy, then it's cool enough to use. Also, do not be alarmed if your skin gets a little bit red after you use this wax. It's actually normal for there to be a little red blotch when you apply heat to your face and when you're like really pulling at the hair follicles. If after a few hours it doesn't go away, then maybe you shouldn't use the wax product again. Once you're done with the wax completely, you want to get the oil that your wax kit came with. Mine is the azulene oil. You can use a Q-tip, you can even like just dab it on your finger, but that's what's gonna get the wax off. This will also get it off of your fingers. If you're using wax, you don't want to paint your nails right beforehand because it will get all messed up, or it could get all messed up anyway. Once all the wax is cleaned up from the eyebrow area, then it's time to go in with the tweezers. Before this point, if you want to use an eye stencil, you can buy brow kits from beauty stores. I already know the shape of my eyebrows. I'm not really changing the shape, I'm just grooming them up. Any hairs that are above or beneath the eyebrow shape, then you want to get rid of those. You want to get rid of all the stray hairs, pluck them away. Now when you tweeze, make sure that you have tested this out somewhere else. I mean, you could just like randomly pull one of your arm hairs out to make sure that you're gonna pull the hair out and not break it. If you break it, then you know you're gonna have to wait a couple days to actually tweeze that hair out because you're not pulling it from the root. After that tweezing, and you could do this step before if you want, I just chose to do it after. Get a pair of little tiny scissors. I think I got this pair actually from a New Year's party popper. I don't know why they put scissors in it, but I'm kind of glad that they did. These ones are actually ones that fold, so you can store them easily in your makeup bag. This pair of scissors is actually from a Q-tip brand little travel kit that like came as a free sample with a thing of cotton swabs. You want to take your finger, or you can take an eyebrow brush. I don't have a brush because I just like to use my fingers. Make sure that your hands are clean, especially if you have oily skin. Make sure you've washed your hands before so you don't spread oil to your face. And that was my phone. Basically, you just want to brush your eyebrow in the opposite direction that the hair grows, and you want to pay attention to how far the hairs come out at the top. You don't want to cut too close to your eyebrow because then you could get little bald spots. But just kind of any really unruly hairs, just kind of snip a little at the end. You can brush them back and do the bottom as well to see if hairs come out of the bottom part of your eyebrow arch. And then you just would snip those accordingly as well. That just helps you look more groomed and put together, so there's not hairs like flailing everywhere and like sticking up. After you have everything done, hopefully you didn't mess up. If you did, it's not a huge deal because you can get brow pencils, brow correcting pencils from your beauty store or local whatever sells makeup store. I'm sick of saying that actually. You know, you can get it, you can buy them. That's pretty much what I'm saying, you can buy them. Mine is really, really dark, as you can tell. I don't know how I got such dark eyebrows and like kind of light hair. I mean, I have highlights, but my hair can get pretty light, so it's kind of weird that my eyes are so dark. Anyway, I could get away with using black eyeliner as a corrector, but you guys probably would want to get like a dark brown, regular brown, or for you blonde people, a really light eyebrow correcting pencil. And then when you're completely, stop it phone. Alright, and then once you, right after you're done, like immediately after you're done, I would recommend washing your face or using like your acne cleanser. You can use soap and water, but I use these Clearasil pore cleansing pads. I use these in the morning when I wake up and before bed every single night, and if my face is ever particularly oily, then I will use these throughout the day. Hair follicles tend to house oil or release oil. If you have all these hairs that you've taken out, the oil probably has been distributed along your forehead, and you don't want that to stay on your face, especially if you are prone to oily skin like I am, so you want to get rid of the oil right away. So that's just my little thing. I don't know if I'm just being paranoid, but I really truly feel like it could cause a breakout if you don't wash immediately after. You want to pull these hairs from the root because then they won't grow back for, I don't know the specific time that it takes hair to grow, but I think I've read like 2 to 6 weeks or 2 to 8 weeks. It depends on you. It depends on your body, your hair. It depends on the hair. Some hairs are tricky and they want to grow back fast. Some will never grow back at all. Be really careful that you don't like pluck yourself bald and then be like, oh, they're all going to grow back. They might not. I mean, not all of them would stay off, but there's a possibility that one hair just won't grow back. So that's another perk to like tweezing and waxing on your body, that eventually over time, if you wax enough, some of those hairs might not come back. You know, I feel like that's pretty much it. Let me know if you have any questions. Hopefully I did a good job explaining this. And if you guys have any other video requests for me, I know I haven't done my like everyday makeup yet, or my jewelry collection or makeup collection or nail polish collection. I will get to those, but if you have other requests, let me know. I am keeping a log and I'm like keeping track of how many people have requested it. So as time permits for me, I'll be getting to these new videos. I really hope you're enjoying my channel. I'm just starting out as a beauty guru, but I have been wanting to do this for years, and I just kind of did crafts first. I have a craft channel. For those of you who don't know, I am so craftastic here on YouTube as well, and I have been for the past couple of years. When I was in school, I could not keep up with 2 channels, so I did crafts first, but beauty is really a passion of mine as well. And now you guys are going to be like, she talks a lot in her videos. I don't care, I like to talk. Please check out all of my links in the down bar to all of my websites and like social media places. I especially would like you to check out my new Instagram. I have 3 Instagrams, one for crafts, one for photography, and this is my personal / beauty one, which is SarahLynnFashion, the same as my username on here. And, whoa, how come it won't scroll? There's all my pictures so far, and I just don't think a lot of people know about this yet. So if you use Instagram, please follow me on here. This, like I said, is like personal, so I'll like post pictures of just kind of, this is like more about my life as opposed to just like photography and crafts. On the other ones, I'll actually like put pictures of places I'm traveling to, or clothes that I'm buying, or I don't know, breakfast foods that I was eating or whatever. So this is just more fun. I also have a SarahLynnFashion Facebook fan page, and a Twitter. Please tweet me or add me on Twitter. So alright, you guys have a great rest of the day, and I will see you soon. Bye! You definitely don't want to go walking around with a unibrow.